Hey, what's up guys, your boy Colin Osborne. If you're running a business but you're still manually chasing invoices, following up on unpaid bills, and reminding clients one by one to pay you, then the problem is not your clients. The problem is your system. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a simple client billing workflow in GoHighLevel so you can send invoices, automate reminders, reduce missed payments, and create a smoother experience for your clients without adding more manual admin work to your day. And the best part, it just does not need to be complicated. By the end of this video, you're going to have a framework you can use whether you're an agency owner, a consultant, freelancer, or a service business using GoHighLevel to get paid faster. We're going to hop into the computer and get started. Before we do, make sure you subscribe to my video channel because I'm going to be showing you more content like this. Let's hop into the computer and we'll get started. All right, so a lot of people treat billing like a separate back office task, but in reality, billing is a part of the client experience. If the payment process is messy, slow, unclear, or inconsistent, it affects trust. If clients are confused about how to pay, when to pay, or what happens next, you're going to lose time and sometimes lose money. So what we want is not just an invoice, but we want a system. So inside of GoHighLevel, there are many different ways where you can invoice someone and then have reoccurring invoices. Particularly for one of my clients here, I don't necessarily use invoices all the time. I like to just capture the credit card information utilizing a landing page form, and then we use reoccurring billing, which you can also have built inside of GoHighLevel, and I'll show how that's done as well too. But for the purpose of this video, I'm showcasing just what an invoice system looks like. So throughout the course of the year, depending on some clients, they're going to want to be able to pay in different ways. So you want to be able to, bob and weave like Muhammad Ali, bob and weave. So they were like, we don't do this credit card thing, we do ACH payments. So I was like, all right, that's fine. We send invoice. It was easy peasy. I was able to set up an invoice. You can have it a new invoice or a reoccurring invoice. And then what the invoice actually looks like is, when you set up your sub account, we'll customize this so it looks beautiful and everything like this. So then go on, click pay, it automatically syncs. My payment processor is Stripe. Now some people are like, well, I don't like Stripe, whatever the case is, blah, 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 blah. I have no problem with Stripe so far. I have zero problem. I'm not really doing any sketchy businesses or anything like that. And I make sure to validate all of my clients. I know all of my clients as well too. So I like Stripe. I also just allocate for a processing fee, which you can have built into the system as well too. Stripe is great. You sign up. Once you sign up, you don't really have to worry about too much of anything else because you just go to integrations. You can then go to the payment integrations and manage there. There's other different providers that you can do: PayPal, Authorize.net, NMI. You can do manual payments as well, Square, and a couple other ones. I use Stripe. It's just a lot easier. So think of that like a system billing map. And the easiest way of being able to, manage clients is through the invoice estimate section. You can also send out contracts. I've done it in the past as well too. It's not my main way of closing deals, but you can create a contract kind of like PandaDoc. It's not as conclusive as PandaDoc, and I'll say customize, and hopefully they change it. Sean Clark, if you can work on that, would be great. But you can create templates that essentially capture payment as well too. Now moving on to the products where, this is where the sauce is at. This is where you can easily create a product with ease. Very easy, put in title, description, and then this is where you can actually trigger the price information. Remember, you have to have your Stripe account integrated into GoHighLevel in order for this to work. So then you'll click one time or recurring, depending on what you want. If you are a landscaper and you have a $597 client, you can do it that way. And then also if it's just, maybe you're more carefree and you're like, I just want to be able to pull up, send out a link of how much the price is. They click the link and then it charges. You can do that as well too. In the conversation section, let's just say you're talking to a customer. I'm just going to do this from here. I can go on here and click this. Just kidding. I can come here to the conversation section. See this little money sign? That means we want the money, right? So then here you can add a product. So this is where you'd go about putting in the information that you created in the payment section. Doing like that. You have to add other products as well too. Then you just create that link and send it that way. It's very easy to do that as well too. Very seamless. Once you have your Stripe situation set up, not have to worry about that. How I go about most of my clients is I send them through a buy funnel. Let me see the most recent one. product ladder. I send them through a buy funnel, depending on what it is. If it's, I want to sell a little bit more, give them a little bit more to look at, then I'll throw this page at them. I'll be like, all you got to do is pick here and buy. If it's somebody that's like, I'm just looking to buy, I'm ready to go, then I would go to the, just a straightforward sell. So think about it that way. And they have order forms, and all you'd really need to do to be able to sync that information is add the product there, and then it renders to a landing page. And then the landing page works as such. If any of you guys want a website offering free trial for just a basic website hosting and an autoresponder email. If you guys are interested in that, doing a free trial, feel free to sign up. But anyway, so there are really 5 parts to the simple billing system map. The offer, what the client is paying for, the payment request, invoice link, or billing trigger, the reminder sequence, what happens if they do not pay immediately. So with invoices, they have like, hey, just make sure, let me just show you what that looks like. Payments. And then let's go to settings and then notifications. So this is where you can add abandoned cart if you wanted to do like a specific e-commerce store. But if you're doing invoices, which I don't have that, let me go to the invoices section. So for example here, if we don't get a payment, it'll try after 1 day. And then we also I have a Stripe processing fee so that if anybody purchases, it allocates for the cost. So that's how you still can get your money back without having to, you can still use Stripe, allocate for money and get the full, bit of your money rather than, a company taking it. So yeah, you have the reminder sequence, then the payment confirmation, what happens after they pay. You can do that inside of Stripe as well too, but I like to have a payment sequence myself, just to keep things, mano a mano. And then the next action is just onboarding, fulfillment, and internal actions. This is where like the automation section comes in. And then that's really it. After you have like an email goes out, you provide the service, then you could have a review or reputation sequence. I have it on a lot of my customers' websites where they have this review survey. So what this survey link looks like is here. Call it the infinite review sequence. So if they click 5 or 4, it'll send them to the Google review page. If it's 3 or 2, it's an internal review. And then you can easily capture leads from there. But then we also have it where if we send a review and we don't get a review immediately, then it forces them over a course of 6 months. Well, not forces them, but reminds them to submit a lead. Anyways, when I'm getting off topic, most people overcomplicate this sort of sequence because they jump into a bunch of random tools before they map the flow. So before you build anything in GoHighLevel, ask yourself the question, is this a one-time payment, reoccurring payment? Does the client need an invoice, a payment link, or both? How many reminder messages should go out? What should happen immediately after the payment is completed? Who on your team needs to know the payment came in? If those answers those questions, the first build becomes much easier. All right, so just keep things simple. You can easily have a one-time package, a recurring fee, a consulting package. These are the different things you can do. And it's as easy as setting up a workflow. Your first goal should be creating a billing setup that makes it obvious. Like look at Amazon.com where they have this buy it now button where it just takes your money. And then they have an add it to next delivery button. So you're making it the ease of use of getting the money from your client's wallet into yours is key. But if you're sitting there like, let me get your Zelle and all this stuff like that, it just doesn't work nowadays. Automated payment reminders as well. And that's where GoHighLevel is very powerful. A simple reminder sequence can look like this: initial invoice or payment request, first reminder after the 24 hours, second reminder after 3 days, final reminder before manual outreach. That alone will clean up a lot of missed payments. Your reminders do not need to sound aggressive, they just need to be clear. Some common mistakes to avoid with payments: no clear naming structure. If your products or services are labeled inconsistently, your billing gets messy fast and you want to have some good accounting. Sending payment links with no explanation. Just make sure you're like, hey, look, here's the process, here's a link to get started, boom, done. Not having automated reminders. You're just going to be waiting to get paid. No after payment actions. Once the payment is made, the next step should trigger something automatically. What's the next thing? Are they getting emails? Are they getting some marketing materials? Are they getting something to showcase what you do? Overbilling the system too early. Make it simple. Find out what you could automate every single day and then slowly add to that so that you build out a beautiful system. That is enough to make your billing process feel significantly more professional. And once that is working, you can improve it over time. But do not wait to build a perfect system before building a useful one. So anyways, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, feel free to comment down below, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys.